Welcome to Yankee Stadium.
They win the final game 5-2 to remain the baseball champions of the world. The Yankees, with this 9-0 crusher, have won their 17th World Series. The Yankees again are world champions. The Yankees win their 21st World Series.
The Yankees are champions of baseball.
Ball game over. World Series over. Yankees win. The Yankees win.
The Yankees are back on top. World champions for the 27th time.
What's going on, Yankee fan? Welcome back. This is the Chase for 28 podcast. This is episode 102. My name is Chris, and I am joined by the Podcast Padre, my podcast compadre. What's up, Pop?
Are we remaking Groundhog's Day?
What do you mean? What's going on?
This feels like last week.
Well, they've only played 3 games since we last recorded. Yeah. They've only played 3 games since we last recorded an episode.
That's recorded on Sunday. So they're 2-2 since we recorded. I told you, don't bet against my Cincinnati Reds. I almost called a sweep.
That sneaky Jose Trevino getting Jazz thrown out of the game. It was a fun week.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
all right. Before we get into all of that, let's do our trivia question. All right. So last week we asked something about Babe Ruth and Mickey Mantle, World Series home runs. No, sorry.
Oh, good. You're on the ball. Who has the?
I'm on the ball. Right. We talked about Mickey Mantle being okay. I'll be quiet.
Okay. Mickey Mantle is the all-time leader in World Series home runs, 18. On the Yankees, Babe Ruth is second. He had 15 World Series home runs. So the question was, who's third on the Yankee all-time list just for World Series home runs? Now, where I did hear from the Cuisini, he was only inquiring about the name Grandma called him when he was a baby, but I didn't tell him. So my word is,
because nobody reached out to us.
Somebody from his family has to reach out, and they have to ask. That's the only. My lips are sealed until that happens. In any case, third on the Yankee
I didn't put my guess in. I didn't put my guess in. I'm gonna guess.
Go ahead.
Well, first, I didn't get anything from Alex,
okay.
So can't say anything for Alex. I'm gonna guess. Do I have to give you a number or just a name?
Oh, give me a name and then guess on a number.
All right. I'm gonna guess Yogi Berra because he's got 10 World Series rings. He played in a lot of World Series.
That's right. You gotta play.
And if you win, you're probably doing something good. So I'm gonna say Yogi Berra, and you said Mantle had what?
Mantle 18, Berra, Ruth 15.
I'm going to say Berra in third with 12.
Bingo. Lucky guess. You got it.
With the number 2?
Looking at, yeah. Oh, okay. I thought you were looking at it on the screen. You Googled it.
No, I'm looking at you. I did not Google.
Okay. You got it. Yogi Berra, 12.
Excellent. For once, I knew something.
For once? No, you didn't know it. You guessed.
I was a very well-educated guess.
It was a very well thought out process.
Yes. All right. So to the present day, the Yankees are 46-34. They're still in first place in the AL East by the slimmest of margins, a half-game lead over Tampa Bay. Yeah. You know, I saw something recently that looked at Aaron Boone's record month by month over his tenure as the Yankee manager. And we're getting to that part of the season that for the last, basically his whole tenure, June, July, and August are not good months for the Yankees with him as the manager. They come out hot out of the gate, go through the summer, they suck, and then they sort of turn it back on in late August and into September as they make the playoffs. So they have not been a good baseball team for a bulk of the season over the last bunch of years. And as we said, present day, the Yankees are 1-2 this week, lost 2 out of 3 to the Cincinnati Reds.
You said you wanted to say something about Chisholm getting thrown out of the game because of Trevino?
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. I saw, you're familiar with John Boy?
I've heard of him.
They have that little show on they got their little show on the Yes Network, but they do, he does the lip reading stuff. So it's hysterical to watch the clips, and it's his voice, but he's doing all of what you see the people saying. So it just goes through the whole sequence of what happened to Jazz Chisholm with the low called strike. And then the very next pitch he swung at, fouled it off. It was a little higher. So he was already starting to bark at the umpire a little bit. And, he got out. He goes off the field. When he comes back out to play third base, he's still like talking to himself. And Jose Trevino, off in the on-deck circle or out of the dugout, gets the umpire's attention and says, he's still talking to you. So the ump looks at him, Jazz, and they have this exchange like, you looking at me? You looking at me? And then he throws him out of the game. So Jazz doesn't know why he got thrown out of the game. He thinks it's because I'm just looking at him. Well, you throw me out of the game because I'm just looking at you? So it was a whole debacle. And then what was funnier, the next day, Jazz hits a home run. Right. When he crosses home plate, he goes behind Trevino and says, that's for yesterday.
Well, that's the whole, that old Robert De Niro line from the movie. You looking at me? You looking at me? Speaking of De Niro, I had nothing to do today since my summer vacation has started. And I don't know if you ever saw the movie, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein.
I mean, I know she wrote the book. She
wrote it, but there's a movie that the name of it is Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. So having nothing to do, I turned it on, and there's a Frankenstein monster in it. And I'm looking at it.
Is this a recently made film?
No, back in the 90s.
Okay.
And I'm looking at the guy playing Frankenstein, and I'm like, gee, he looks a hell of a lot like Robert De Niro. So I Googled it, and sure enough, Robert De Niro played Frankenstein in this movie.
Dr. Frankenstein or the monster?
The monster.
Get out of here.
Nope.
All right.
It was on sci-fi. It was on sci-fi.
Yeah, that's the only place they're putting that.
Yeah, oh yeah. Or Tubi.
That's funny.
Nobody else in the movie looked vaguely familiar. No actors' names or whatnot, but Robert De Niro played Frankenstein.
Okay.
I figure that's 30 years ago. He's about 80, so maybe he was around 50 when he did it.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk Yankee baseball. Nothing is Frankenstein, De Niro crap. All right.
Hey, bang the drum slowly. De Niro was the catcher. There you go.
All right. So go ahead. You did. Big news in Yankee land today because I texted you this information.
Yes, I saw that.
Spencer Jones got the call after hitting a game-winning hit for Somerset. He has gotten the call to AAA Scranton Wilkes-Barre.
That's right. So wasn't there some radio personality about a week ago that was complaining about that he should be on Scranton?
Wasn't that you last week? I would consider you a radio personality now on the internet.
That's right. That's right. Hey, I have a kid in my school who said he listened to last week's podcast and he was talking to me about it. Hello, kid. Well, I told you what he said.
You did.
Yes. He wants to know why I'm picking on Volpe because his family knows Volpe's family.
Listen, kid, open your eyes. Volpe is not playing great.
That's right. I think he's batting under 230 now. I go back to Spencer
And if this
Jones.
kid were to follow, yeah, good for him. What I was going to say is, let's say this kid could connect us with Volpe or a member of Volpe's family. I would tell a member of Volpe's family that I'm not happy with the way he's playing.
Yeah, I'm not.
So
I'm not.
Yeah. Anyway, let's talk Spencer Jones. So he goes from double upset to AAA Scranton Wilkes-Barre, and he is currently rated as the Yankees' number 2 prospect by MLB Pipeline. He's 24 years old, and he was the 25th overall selection in the 2022 MLB draft. Aaron Boone is quoted as saying, he's having a good season. The size stands out. The athleticism, the speed, and power really stands out. The ability to control the strike zone. He's doing those things. He goes on to say, obviously, he's still a work in progress. He's trying to continue to move that needle as an overall hitter. He's done a really good job of that and earned this promotion. Hopefully, he can continue to make gains at AAA.
Okay. Well, there you go. Next year, Bellinger moves to first. Spencer comes up, plays center. Dominguez finally clicks. He's in left. The Judge is in right. And everybody's happy.
Sounds good.
Lombardi
See you next
comes
time,
up
everybody.
And plays shortstop.
That's right.
Who is Lombardi the number 1 prospect? Who's number 1?
Let's see. Well, what's your guess? Do you think it's
I'd be surprised.
George
if
Lombard
it's
Jr.?
Lombardi. Lombard, yeah.
Lombard.
Is it him? Yeah, I made him the grandson of Lombardi for football.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's go to his player page.
I can't think of who else it would be. I don't think there's any pitcher floating around.
I'm looking it up. Please hold.
Please hold. You got to get a faster internet.
It is George Lombard Jr. He is
He's
the Yankees' number one
Wow.
prospect. Yes.
That says a lot for him. Says
Yep.
a hell of a lot for him. All right. Volpe, don't look over your shoulder. Somebody's coming.
Good.
Now all we need is a
Good.
third baseman.
Maybe Volpe will play third.
No, put him in a trade package. I don't want him.
There you go. Send him away. All right. So Spencer Jones, he is currently batting this season 274, slugging 380. I'm sorry, on base 389, slugging 594. He's got 8 doubles, 32 RBIs, 32 walks, 70 strikeouts, 10 stolen bases, and he leads all Yankee minor leaguers in OPS, 983.
See, I could take the strike. I mean, strikeouts are the way the game is today. Everybody and their brother strikes out. I could take it if you're going to hit, 30, 35 home runs. You're going to drive in, 85 to 110 RBIs. I could take it. But the thing that just gets me is if you're a player and you're going to strike out for half a season 70 times and you're only going to bat 230, I mean, you've got all those other at-bats. You're not getting hits. You're just putting the ball in play, and you're grounding out to second, you're grounding out to third, you're flying out. You're not getting base hits to goal. So, like right now, you've got like over 200 at-bats by this point. If you've got 70 strikeouts, all right, so now you got another 130, 140 at-bats. You've only got like 50 hits. It's just not good enough. You're not getting good contact, and he should be doing it. He should. But again, I don't want to spend this whole episode talking about him again. Enough. You know how I feel about it. That's that. You look frozen.
You can't rag on him for another whole episode.
No.
There's not much to talk about.
Mr. Goldschmidt is coming back to earth. Batting average is below 290 now.
That's part of the long haul of the season.
Yeah.
I mean, was he going to hit
I heard
hit
them
that
say
high all
recently-
year? No.
No, I wasn't expecting him to bat 350. But they did say recently, I think the beginning of this week, that his batting average since this whole slump started, his batting average is like 1 something. So again, like I said last week, you're never as good as when you're hot, and you're never as bad as when you're cold. You got to find that happy medium in between. So hopefully he should warm up again a little bit. I'd like to see him stay in that 275 to 280 range.
Yeah, that would be nice. That would be real nice.
Yeah, look at Judge is back down now. Judge is in the 350s.
359.
So he has a lot of strikeouts over the past 3 weeks.
He is up to 93 on the season.
Yeah, there's a lot. I know you'd have to go back, probably take too much time to figure out over the past like 15 games, but I'd venture a guess over the
Nope,
last
I'm
15.
ready to go.
Oh.
I'm ready to go. Over the last month, he's got 37 strikeouts. And over the last 2 weeks, 22. So in the last 2 weeks, there's a bulk of those strikeouts.
Yeah, he's swinging the stuff out of the strike zone, and he's getting beat on the fastball that's up above the belt.
Over the last 2 weeks, he's hitting 204.
Yeah, the whole team. Oh, well.
Again, so I mean, this is 3 weeks in a row. And again, this goes back to what I started near the beginning of the episode. The Yankees don't play good baseball under Aaron Boone June, July, and August. You watch. Between now and Labor Day, they're going to be a 500 team.
Okay, so how does the manager fix this? What does the manager do to get them out of the doldrum?
I can't answer that question because he's never done it in his career as the Yankee manager.
No,
They're
I'm
a
asking
500
you, what
baseball
would you
team.
do? What would you do?
Oh, what would I do? Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
He's shown he doesn't do anything. Now, if you were the manager, what would you do?
I mean, maybe you got to shake up the lineup, right?
Yeah, back in the old days, they would put all the names in a hat and pick them out.
That could be fun. I don't know, shake up the lineup, reevaluate, the bullpen, try to put guys in a position to be successful, take a look at what I have at AAA. I mean, could there be moves? Are there trades to be made? I mean, these are all things.
No.
that you want to
There
do
are
to better your
absolutely-
ball club.
Absolutely no trades to be made at this point. You don't trade from this position. You'd be giving up too much. I think the
Right.
man needs to come out and go ballistic during the game. Get thrown out.
I think
he should throw his hat. He should kick dirt. He should go ballistic and shake up the team. Go in the
Does that
dugout,
really shake up
curse
a
at
bunch of
everybody.
adults?
Go do it.
No,
Better than nothing.
I don't
Better than
know.
being Mr. Calm.
what does that do?
I don't know. Until he does it, we'll never know. I'm going by the old days. Panella, Billy Martin, they come out, they go nuts. This man just sits there and, he's got his hands folded, it's nothing. There's no spark. You got to do something to give the team a spark. They had their team. When did they have their team meeting? Like 2 weeks ago, Judge, Goldschmidt, Bellinger, they all called a meeting. Didn't do any good.
We talked about it last episode. Yeah.
Didn't do a damn thing. So eventually, what was the thing? How many years ago was it a thing? What was it? What was the saying? They had the T-shirts made with "Beast in the Box."
That was like 3 years ago.
Saying? What was that saying? He came out?
Savages in
Savages
the box.
in
With
the
savages.
box. Oh,
That was like 3 years ago.
yeah. Come out with something.
Again, they're just in this 3-week funk. I'm looking at their stats over the last 2 weeks. Judge 204, Volpe 159. The only guys who are hitting well, Jazz Chisholm is hitting 319 over the last 2 weeks. He is 15 for 47.
Okay.
Stanton is 8 for 26. He's over 300 in the last 2 weeks. So since he came back,
Okay.
Cody
Dominguez is
Bellinger is
still
hitting
good.
286. Where is Dominguez? Dominguez hitting 324. Leads
He
the
went-
team
he
over the
went,
last 2 weeks.
He went 4 for 5 the other day, and of course, he's not in the lineup tonight.
There you go. A scheduled day off for a 22-year-old.
Who was off yesterday?
He is 11 for his last 34. Yesterday, I meant, yeah. He's 11 for 34, 3 doubles, but only 2 RBIs in the last 2 weeks.
Well, got to be somebody on base in front of him. Nobody's hitting.
You are correct.
I'll give you an update.
Yeah, they're just...
The
ahead.
Orioles just went ahead of the Rays, 8-7, bottom of the 6th.
And the Yankees currently lead 3-0.
Yes. So get it back to a game and a half.
Be nice to sweep
I'm
the
just-
A's this
you-
weekend. I can't lie.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to be in first place every day of the season. You want to be
I mean,
there
that's
the
nice.
last day. The only thing that's disappointing about it is, I mean, there's a point where they had a 10-game lead. You don't want to blow a 10-game lead and be out of it. But again, as long as you're there by the end of the season, that you're not a wild card and you got to go through all that rigmarole to get through the playoffs. Because
Right.
as of
You
right
want to
now,
win the
Detroit-
division.
Yeah, Detroit's got a better record. Good old Houston's got a better record. But again, we still got a half a season to go. Hopefully they will wake up.
Hopefully, as I look at the standings for the rest of the league. Let's see. Detroit is 51-31. They are 20 games over 500. The Astros are 48-33. They lead the West.
Oh, well.
All right.
Right
So
there.
we got the Astros the rest of this weekend series. And then coming up, the Yankees hit the road. They're off on Monday. They go to Toronto for a 3-game series against the Blue Jays. And then 4th of July weekend, July 4th, 5th, and 6th, they travel to Citi Field for Subway Series Part 2.
Oh, that's next week. I knew it was in July. I forgot it was next weekend. Yeah. The talk about being in bad luck. The Mets are losing pitchers left and right.
Yeah, but that's their problem. We got to take advantage.
Yeah. See the ex-Yankee.
And they're losing to
Frankie
Pittsburgh
Montas.
tonight 9-1.
Yeah. Frankie Montas made his first start the other day. He gave him 5 good innings. But
Nice.
pretty good. It is something though. All right, here's my little Met commentary. It is something the way every year they really don't have that big number 1, number 2, like the workhorse. They kind of like pull people out of a hat and they become starters and they do decent. I mean, look, Clay Holmes. Last year we would have given him way for a bubblegum card. Now, granted,
Yeah.
he's only pitching he could only pitch like into the 5th inning, but who would have thought him as a starter would have had the season that he is having?
Yeah.
They got the same thing out of Severino last year, and then they let him go. And actually, I think they said he's pitching Sunday's game against the Yankees.
And I think he missed the Yankees when they played them in Sacramento.
Yeah,
I don't think he pitched that series. As I look here in the standings for the whole league, The Yankees are 4 games out for best record. Detroit and the Dodgers are both 51-31. And they are behind the Cubs, the Astros, the Mets, and the Phillies in the whole league. In the American League, they are 3rd record-wise behind Detroit and Houston.
Speaking of the little Cubbies, there was a little article I saw this week where they were talking about the guy I want, Tucker, and how the contract for him, he's having a really good season. The contract for him is going up. It's not into Soto territory, but they're starting to talk about like that $500 million contract.
Great. Do you pull out all the stops to get him?
I forgot who they said, which the Yankees are not the favorite team to get him. It's not even the Cubs. I forgot who they said it was. It's not the Dodgers. It'll come to me. All the listeners could go Google that one.
There you go. All right. Before we say goodbye for this episode, want to say thank you to SeatGeek for powering the Chase for 28 podcast. Use the SeatGeek app to get tickets to Yankee games, concerts, Broadway plays. If there are tickets to be bought, SeatGeek is the app you need to use. Use our link, chasefor28.com/SeatGeek, and use our promo code chasefor28 to save $20 on your first order with the SeatGeek app. Thank you to SeatGeek. Anything else?
You want a trivia?
Yeah, we need another trivia question.
Okay. This one is, who is the all-time Yankee leader for getting on base? So this would include hits, errors, walks, hit by pitch.
Is this based on on-base percentage?
No.
Is this based on on-base percentage?
Sometimes you might just let me talk. Getting on base. I did not say the word percentage. Never came out of my mouth. Getting on base. And I was explaining it. Hits, walks, errors, hit by pitch. Remember we was talking about the 7 ways to get on base?
Yes.
Who is the all-time Yankee leader for the most times getting on base?
Can I ask a clarifying question?
Oh God. Go ahead.
What is the metric? Is this like total
getting
bases?
On base. Getting
so
on
it's total
base.
Bases?
No, getting on base.
So what? Let's say I'm lazy and I wanted to Google this. What would I even look up? How is it? How are you defining it?
Why don't we say goodnight? You're making a mountain out of a molehill. Which Yankee got on base the most time?
Okay.
In his Yankee career, by hook or crook.
Gotcha.
God, you're a pain.
I bet I'm not the only one who's confused by the question.
That's all right. The Cusinio.
Alex, help me out. And if you're listening and we've never heard from you, help me out. All right. That's going to do it for episode 102 of the Chase for 28 podcast. Want to thank you for tuning in. Share this podcast with a Yankee fan who should be listening. Podcasts are a great way to listen to my dad yell at me about getting on base. Follow us on social media. We are on X at Chase428pod. Same handle on Instagram. And we'd love to get your voicemails and hear your thoughts on the Bronx Bombers. Go to chasefor28.com/voicemail. And the email address is feedback@chasefor28.com. For the Podcast Padre, I'm still Chris, and we'll be back. I don't know if we'll be back exactly next week because I think next Friday is July 4th. So I think we're busy. Yes. So maybe 2. So we will try to get a podcast episode out at some point next weekend. So stick with us and you'll hear us when you hear us. Happy 4th of July. Go Yankees. Take us home, Pop.
I am home. Let's go. Get out of this doldrums. Boom. Get thrown out of the game.